wanted the American dream.
I got a proposition.
We bring Elrick in the mix.
So he took it.
Good call, Elrick. Place like Sears Roebuck. I'm gonna put you away, you know that? Don't rock the boat, Joe.
Come here, I want to show you something. I provide a unique financial service. Loan sharking. Stop it, Tom.
Drew Lane says you've been doing a good job for him.
But we take our cut.
We do all the work and you get 30% for doing nothing.
That's the arrangement.
You guys have led my podcast for too long. Irishman's in business for himself now.
You asked interrogative questions out of my face. It's gone.
What are you doing? Come on.
That is not paid for by them. That is paid for by the people of Detroit.
You might be qualified, ML.
I'm not qualified for this job.
Let me tell you something. You want to go right now? Okay? You want to go right now?
Hey kids, it's your old pal, ML Elrick, coming to you with my old pal and adventure traveler, Sergei M. Morris. We're here at the WeWork location in Dublin, where it's true, they serve beer. Fantastic. Couldn't possibly be better. Mark Fellhauer is running the show back there in Red Shovel headquarters.
Plenty of booze here too.
Yeah, that bottle of Bullet Rye is getting
it's gone now.
Dangerously low.
It is gone. It's totally gone now.
Yeah. So as soon as that's finished, I will end my exile and return to the colonies, as some people say over here. Just in time for a 250th
no one says it.
Birthday. Nobody? Oh shit. Wrong again. That hasn't changed. And Sean Windsor is points unknown, but we expect him to be back with us sometime soon. So it'll be good to see Sean again. And we hope Erica will be back on. She's a little under the weather. So watch for her in an upcoming episode. We're brought to you by Luke Nowacki and Pinnacle Wealth Strategies. If you don't have a plan for your future, shame on you. But don't feel shame. Call Luke Nowacki and Zach and Nick at Pinnacle Wealth Strategies, and they will help you come up with a plan to put you on a path to retire with confidence. And DCFC, big win last week against Louisville City FC, the number one team in the East. They went down in Keyworth. And those of you who use promo code SOUL saved a lot of dough on your tickets. We'll tell you what deals we have for you soon. And then the Caju Cafe, a great place for a great time on the East Side. And we have a new sponsor, Artisan Interiors. If you need to spruce up your crib, Artisan Interiors is worth a call. We'll tell you a little bit more about what they do later in the show. I'm going to have John out to my place to take a look at some work I need done. So we are not just welcoming them to the show. We're looking to put our money where our mouth is. So Artisan Interiors, welcome to the soul of Detroit. And to our most important sponsor, that's those of you who are watching us. If you are on Patreon, you're supporting our show for as little as $5 a month. And you can see behind Sergey and I, beautiful downtown Dublin, not too far from Temple Bar, which people are like, yeah, I went to the Temple Bar. Oh, yeah? What'd you drink? I had a Guinness. Okay. Well, Temple Bar is actually a district, not just one establishment. Although my brother tells me there is an establishment in Temple Bar called Temple Bar, which, if that's confusing, welcome to Ireland. Have you been to the Brazen Head or Brazen? I don't even know how it's pronounced. Brazen or Brazen Head? Have you been there? Yes, I was there with Treese and the girls 10 years ago, where we met a guy who was walking his bike along the River Liffey, who wanted to talk about Trump, who at the time was still a candidate for president. And when we sat down, he wanted to know about all the violence because guess what? There was a school shooting. I can't tell you which one because they happen every week now. Yeah, exactly. No one cares. And he told us, guns. It's all about guns. America's built on guns. It lives on guns. Yeah, pretty much. I said, okay. When I looked at it was guns. Two things that stand out from when I went to Ireland. Number one was at the Brazen or Brazen Head, whatever it's called. They let me 10 bar. I don't know. I didn't get paid for it, but they let me 10 bar for a little while. That was fun to go behind. Laws must be a little looser. And then the other one was we ran into a guy, probably some kind of, I don't know, carriage ride. I don't know what it was. And Michael Jackson had just died. And he had no idea about molestation and Michael Jackson. I'm like, how do you know who Michael Jackson is, but you don't know about the molestation accusations? I thought those are
they go hand in hand, and he was blown away by all these allegations. So I don't know.
That was just a song.
Yeah, exactly. That was my big takeaway from my my Ireland trip.
Well, Sergey is a FERPer. FERPer?
What?
Herpetologist, which means he got herpes from a snake. So Ireland is a big disappointment because we don't have any snakes.
There aren't any there, yeah.
Yeah, I've been in New Zealand, Hawaii, no snakes. But I got to give the backstory if you're gonna call it out like that.
Okay, sure.
So herpetologist is somebody who studies reptiles. Not something I would say first when I meet somebody, I like snakes. But no, I study reptiles around the world. And so I'm not a degreed herpetologist, but basically going out in the forest and like birders, think birders, but reptiles, taking photos, things like that. Well, after the interwebs came around, this was no longer called Sergey's a weirdo and looks for snakes in the forest, but there's all the other weirdos that you connect with, like a lot of other hobbies. And they started calling themselves herpers after herpetologist. But herper, now I can't stand that. I like talking to women without repulsing that, whatever, my girlfriend and all, like, trying to protect the weirdo name, whatever. Anyway, so I'm a field herpetologist guy. So I'm like, oh, let's call it FERPing. Let's call it FERPers. And this is going to fly. This is going to be awesome. And no, it's kind of a weirdo counterculture thing where they like the herper, name. So yeah, no, I spent a lot of time herping in Ghana. I mean, I
got a herper question for you. So I was watching 60 Minutes. Anderson Cooper did this, which, by the way, I think Anderson Cooper just picked stories so he can go travel places. So he was going to the jungle of Colombia with birders, and they were really excited he was talking to these two guys to see some kind of bird, and I just Googled it and looked at it and went, okay, yeah, I see what that bird looks like. I don't need to go to Colombia for it. Is there an elusive reptile that every what are they called? Herper goes for?
Let's go with FERPer if we may.
FERPer, okay.
The fer de lance. By the way,
I don't know why that sounds dirtier, but
FERPer does.
Yeah,
God, can't win.
I can tell you from going to various pubs with Monty that saying,
with who?
I'm a herpetologist. Would you like to check on my anaconda? Is not a successful pickup line.
No,
but
nothing
is there
related to that whole topic is what I would have called in my single days. No, that's not something I led with at the time. No.
But is there a kind of a certain reptile that all you herpers like to go after?
I mean, everybody wants to see a cobra or an anaconda, but those are pretty common. There are, so I founded and ran a guide company in Borneo, and my partner Kurt, Malaysian guy, he found there's a new family of snakes that was recently described.
What?
Okay. Are you snoozing already?
No,
this is interesting.
The fer de lance.
All right. So
I think this is interesting. I don't know.
This whole other branch off of snakes, there's only two families, and there's only one specimen ever been found in either of those families. So all this science is based on two damn snakes ever found. So one of those branches, he found the second one of that. And I'm Mr. like, oh my God, if it was me, I'd be bragging about it with a lot of bravado. And he said, no, it's probably one of the most rare snakes in the world. Like, no, it is by definition, because it's only ever been known by one other species. So yeah, there are I'm a very lucky guy. I was in, it depends on where you're going is the answer to that. It depends on who you are, because people that don't get out, like an anaconda would be,
is so rare. They named it honest politician.
I will suggest that. We'll Latinize that up. Yeah.
Well, what is it called? What is it called? Do you remember?
It doesn't have a common name. I'd have to look up the scientific name. Yeah. Yeah. I will tell you though, there's something called a Malcolm's pit viper, which is Trimerecerus malcolmi. I know that one well. And I'm a very lucky guy because my partner Kurt had looked for this for like 10 years, and we found two the first day I went out. The first day I heard about it, I found one. That just happened to get in San Juan, Puerto Rico about a month ago. I saw it's a Virgin Islands boa, very badly named. They don't occur in the Virgin Islands. So, it really depends on where you're like birders, right? They want to see some.
I just saw one on the internet, so I'm good.
And by the way, 2, 3.
Oh, sorry.
3 out of those photos are the time we found them. The second one, that one right there.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. They're so rare that, when I'm telling the story, friends like this one, I'm like, yeah, that's the one. No, literally, that's the one. Yeah, that's Kurt Orion G. My
that's crazy. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and so they have a range of around 20K at a certain elevation, not at the top, not at the bottom of these mountains near Kota Kinabalu in Borneo. And yeah, they're named after a biologist. It's, a wealth of it's a really rich world. Same with birders or anything you're into. Honestly, insects are crazy. But when we caught that one, actually, I had this idea for a really cool video. So I'm trying to wrangle this thing without getting bitten. You know how much is known about the venom of these things? Zero. Yeah. They're never seen. So I figure I had my phone on the ground and I want to have the snake come over, I don't know, like a shark in the water or something. Just go over and see the scales go by. Scary, cool, interesting thing. And it's really pretty hard to wrangle a snake. So finally, I kind of got my shot and the snake went directly over the phone. And it went from like moonlight to black. It was like the dumbest thing in the world, Anyway, one of those tries, I have no idea why. They have heat pits so they can see, temperature change. It struck and smeared venom across my phone.
Oh,
so
gross.
That was fun. Yeah. I thought I could have probably sold that for a couple $1,000s. These things are unknown. Nobody's milking these or raising these or,
How often have you been bit by something venomous?
Well, the only time I got bit by something really quite dangerous was on me. As a gaboon viper, they have 2.5-inch long fangs. They're the largest fangs in the snake world. But this tribal bushman that I know brought us a couple, and he really is not a naturalist. So he killed them because he kept them on this hot spot on a car on a taxi ride. So that was very sad. But of course, like the scientific weirdos that we are going to dissect these things. So me and a friend were cutting these things apart, and we're going to take some of the fangs. Fangs are very brittle. They feel kind of like sandy or something. They're just like a hollow tube, but very brittle. So I broke one off and I watched it go ding, 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 stuck in my knuckle. Yeah, and I'd almost died the last time I was at this camp in Africa. So that was lovely. Yes, there you go. Those membranes are incredible. They hold fangs. So you just cannot cut them. There's something about the way that they're, obviously that's what they do. But you're trying to cut through that with a knife it slips under. It is always really macabre and fascinating and weird. But the stuff that you learn from wildlife is incredible. Anyway, so I didn't present any symptoms. I wasn't envenomated. I've been bitten a dozen other times, obviously, but nothing dangerous. And honestly, it's always on you if you get bitten, because here's the first rule: don't go near it. How about that?
That would make sense. Yeah.
I was training in August. I trained a bunch of wildlife anti-poaching rangers in Africa, and my mantra is safety is about opportunity. Like, don't go. So 85% of snake bite because somebody's messing with it. So yeah, just don't be in the strike range. Don't ever give it an opportunity. Safety is about opportunity. So yeah, no, you made 10 bad choices if you ever got bit, or you're incredibly unlucky, which also happens.
So Borneo, Africa, all these crazy places. Yeah. I mean, how many different countries have you been to, and how boring is Ireland now with Elrick?
So I think I'm up to 62.
62, holy cow.
Yeah, and some of those are I've been to Japan, I think 13 times, oh my God, but only in the airport. So I'm like, does that count?
No.
Well, the last time I was there, I'm like, okay, I got to find a window to stick my arm out. So ask me if I've been to Japan.
All right. Have you been to
my
Japan?
right arm has,
yes,
Yeah. So no, we walked out on the tarmac. So I have a list somewhere, and there's little stars around the 3 or 4 that I only went through the airport. But try to cover a lot of ground. It goes in waves too, where I spend my time. So I want to go back to, I'm going back to Ghana, West Africa, to be ordained as a tribal elder.
What?
Yeah. And we'll call me Obruni Kweku. Huh. I was born on Wednesday. Kwame is Saturday. It's really important in West African
culture. Get the bell
culture.
ready.
That and we looked it up, and he was born on
a Thursday, I think. But
Kwame is Saturday. There's certain names you never name a kid Kwame if he's or Kweku that wasn't born on a Wednesday.
So he started with a lot. So Sergey does a lot with education,
mm-hmm.
And if you take nothing else from this episode, those of you who have heard the joke about the guy who's taking a leak in the wild and he gets bit by a snake in an uncomfortable place. and goes, his friend runs to town, and the doctor says, what happened? He says, my friend got bit by a snake in an uncomfortable place. Is there anything I can do? And he says, yes, you have to cut the snake bite and suck the venom out. And the guy says, okay. And he runs back to see his friend, and his friend says, what did the doctor say? And he says, the doctor said you're going to die. Yeah. It turns out it doesn't have to be that way. Sergey, take it away.
It does not have to be that. And actually, I have, you know, like I get very serious sometimes watching snakes on a plane or whatever. That's all hilarious. You know, all my friends, that's right up my alley.
Not a real movie. I mean, it's not fiction. It's not nonfiction.
Oh, yeah.
Based on a true story.
So it stops me dead when I know that they're saying things in jest or for a horror film or that joke that encourages bad behavior that really kills a lot of people every year.
And this is the part that could save your life, whether or not you're taking a leak in the wild or not.
Yeah. So a lot of snakes have hemotoxic venom, which attacks your blood. And like a Russell's viper in India, it's a very widespread snake, probably the most dangerous snake in the world, if you ask me, because it's very toxic and it's around people and it tends to bite, you know, a lot of perfect storm kind of species. There's a lot of snakes will never bite, or a lot of snakes are not near people. Anyway, this thing, you know, it attacks your blood in a way that rushes all the clotting cells to the wound, kills them, and then makes you bleed. So basically, your gums, where your teeth meet, bleed. Your ear ducts. If you had, oh, I forgot I had a cut there 10 years ago, that'll bleed. And then when people cut the wound, that's freaking suicide. You are going to, you know, it doesn't matter how much pressure you put on it. It just sort of weeps until you die. So
the good news is you don't have to feel bad about letting your friend die, because you shouldn't cut the snake bite and suck the venom out.
Definitely do not. Definitely do not.
What is your other option? Call a priest?
The only, no, that's worse.
Oh.
We sat this last
Not
time.
Ireland. By the way, fellow Irish people, priests were good with you guys.
The traditional healers will, we had a guy in Kenya come into this venom research center I was at, and the local healer, his friends all pinned him down, and the local healer burned his finger off. It was really weird. It reminded me, I can't tell you what kind of meat I had, but it's probably blocked out. But yeah, no, that was a dry bite, no venom. So you know,
weird.
If
I get bit in a sensitive place, your solution is to
get to a hospital.
Oh, that's. I thought you were going to say put some hot metal on it, because
no. The pair of car keys is the only, and it's really hard to get good care too. Even in the U.S., there are bites mismanaged every day, all the time. People have a hand amputated because of a copperhead bite, and the local doctors, you know, it's one of those things that doesn't come up enough that people know it really, really well. Places like Thailand, Malaysia, it's amazing for being more humble countries, how good their care is. But then also, I was on this farmland, vast farmland out in Africa, and Jeffrey, our local guide guy, said that someone had called him. He had one of these little flip phones back in the day, and they, you know, they worked. Everyone knew the snake people there. So someone called to say there's a snake in a hut. So like, okay, let's go. Let's try to, you know, save the snake we can. I asked Jeffrey.
Don't pee outside the hut.
Yes, don't pee.
Just in case. Well, that snake is outside the hut.
Pee in the hut? Is that the?
Just don't pee before you go.
Are you a hut pee advocate here? Are you telling people
I think it's best to take care of your business before you get to the hut.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, don't walk just outside the hut. Yeah. So anyway, they said it's big and it's black or gray, and like, okay, that's going to be a black mamba. You know, as we're walking, I say to Jeffrey, like, hey, how far is it to the hospital? He's like, 4 hours to Mozambique. I'm like, and that's by car? Yeah. Does anyone have a car? No. Does anyone have a motorcycle? No. He's like, my friend has a push bike. You know, the problem is you can't even get to the hospital.
Sounds like the doctor said you're going to die.
The farmer Jeffrey said you're going to die. Yeah. Yep.
And here, I thought the hospital in Puerto Rico I went to was bad. But
yeah,
by the way,
have you been charged yet?
No bill.
Have you got the bill?
I still have no invoice. No bill has arrived in the mail. So
I mean, that's USA too. So you know, I don't know what happened to you in Puerto Rico.
Oh, my daughter got sick on vacation.
You told the whole story in a recent episode, Sergey. I'm sorry.
Okay,
but I never got a bill, and I don't know if I ever will.
Sean here in Ireland.
So what are you guys?
By the way, there aren't any Seans in Ireland, in case you were wondering. There's no Seans here at all.
What is the point and the goal of your Ireland trip? Why are you guys over there?
So my kid lives here, and this this is maybe becoming a regular thing where in the spring we'll go somewhere cool and interesting. Last time we went to go see a soccer match in England, and this time Iceland was the target. But if I'm jumping the pond, I'm got to see my kids.
Sure.
So and Elrick is no stranger to Ireland. He used to live here and citizen. So I think jackassery is the answer to that.
They still serve Guinness, and even though I've been coming to Ireland since 1991, I've never seen a hurling match live.
Oh yeah.
So we went to go see the Munster Championship with Clare versus Limerick. We couldn't get tickets, but we did end up getting tickets to the U18 Inter-County Championship between Dublin and Galway here at Parnell Park in Dublin. And if you've never seen hurling before, think about lacrosse, but if they played lacrosse 200 or 300 years ago.
With a dull axe, by the way.
It's really an amazing sport. And so we saw it live on Saturday. And then Sunday we went to Ennis, which is near the West Coast, and watched the match at a local pub, Clare, County Clare, which Ennis is located in County Clare, lost to Limerick. So people were not very happy. And they dealt with their sorrow with drink, which I'm told by locals is also how they would have dealt with their joy. So we just got right in that track and consumed some Guinness.
Nice being a stereotype.
Maybe it's Guinness. Is that when you have multiple Guinness? Maybe it's Guinness. I'm not sure.
Sure.
And because it's Ireland, I felt free to urinate wherever I was without any fear of
that happened a few times. Yes,
being struck by a Russell Viper. Or Russell Crowe, for that matter, who I understand will strike people if he's been drinking.
By the way, I didn't tell you this, but being a good friend and having a phone and also being very drunk, I have a couple of photos of that. So,
great.
Tasteful from mine. So
that would be also found on the Furper website. You may confuse it with an anaconda.
Yeah, the hardest snake to find.
That's photoshopped.
After the second time we smashed the car, I think that was
smallest
I'm sad
snake.
To say. Yeah, I'm mostly from Northern Europe, so there's no fear of anybody thinking there's a boa constrictor somehow hanging off of my belt. But this is where Sean should come in here. But anyway, so we're gonna spend a day in Copenhagen on our way to Iceland. We're hoping that people don't recognize us as Americans trying to do some recon to see the best way to get Greenland. We're gonna just try and sail right over that issue. And then we'll spend a few days in Ireland, and Sergey is trying to plot a course for us. I feel very comfortable putting him in charge because my limited knowledge of reptiles tells me that it's way too cold in Iceland for lizards, for Russell vipers, for the honest politician snake, or for the fer de lance, which is also, I've learned, one of the deadliest snakes on the planet.
Yeah, Ireland, Iceland, and Denmark are not high on the Furper, wish list. So, but no, good times.
But lots of pubs.
What is this? I know nothing about this other than Elrick. You said something about a drunk baby. What's the drunk baby story?
Yeah, well, there's this is a 10 times a day occurrence where you shake your head and go like TIA, like this is Africa. Africa is crazy. A lot of very humble, far away foreign cultures.
So it's this is an Africa story, not an Ireland story.
Oh, yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah. Well, we can't rule out that there were some drunk babies after Clare lost to Limerick. We were at a pub where there was a kid in a stroller who couldn't have been more than a year and a half old, who was holding an iPhone and just looking at it while his parents were drinking and watching the hurling match. And I thought, well, this is a future incel. But
no better babysitter than a screen, right?
Well, that's what we were told. There was another kid who was a little older who was looking at an iPad, but we saw him coloring, so I think he'll probably be okay. But we're not here to raise the Irish.
Well, this last trip, there was there's a little village I really love called Kumbaisi, and there's a soccer team there that usually when I visit, they'll host a game. My son and I, not this last time, but one before, we played in a league match. They put us in a league match. Fun, cool,
yeah,
awesome cultural connection.
They did not stand out at all. They thought they were locals.
A little bit, yeah. I just borrowed some ID. We were good. Anyway, this time they set up for a game again, and it's really festive. Great culture connection. A lot of people watch. Somebody brought us a dead freaking snake, which they think you want whatever. Anyway,
it's an offering.
Like that was because you lost. That wasn't the winning.
That's because they know we're weirdos into that kind of interested in wildlife. But like you have to explain to a lot of people, don't kill it, right? You know, go down to Georgia, say you're interested in copperheads. If you bring you one cut in half, like no, dude, you know.
Yeah, I just stick to the fish and chips.
Sure,
and I don't even like fish.
Yeah, so we have this big match. It's a really good day out. Then we all end up at the restaurant bar. I had my nephew with me and a whole like sort of crew. We're filming stuff for a TV show that we're trying to pitch as well. There's a lot of different agendas going on here. My nephew's pointing out that he's like, what is this? Like, you know, they figure out that these are not chicken bones. It was sort of skewered rat we were eating.
Oh, God.
So that was fun.
You know what? I think I like fish better now that you mention it.
Honestly, you would not know the difference other than he was like, that's not a chicken bone. I'm like, no, it's not. Anyway, so and there's a sort of understanding that I buy a bunch of water and pop and drinks for the game, and then after I host a bit of a meal and a bunch of beers. So overcharged us. I don't know how they thought we drank 80 beers.
The bottom line is nobody checked the baby's ID.
Well,
this was like East Lansing. The baby showed up. He had an ID, said he was from Minnesota. He was 38.
Maybe it's a Benjamin Button type thing. I don't know.
Starts pounding Carlsbergs.
So the other manager stayed kind of insular with his kid, and someone noticed that he was feeding him beers. So as the evening went on, and it's time to go, we got a hold of one of those tricycle things, like a big tricycle with a stake truck metal around the back for like hauling stuff. So we're all, going home in that. It was very cool. We had a ride, and this guy just hands me the baby, and he's knocked out asleep, smells like drink. And so we're bouncing on the road with someone's drunk baby. He got in as well, but I think he still had a beer.
So here's what Sergey's leaving out. The drunk baby had to leave the bar because it was hitting on all the other babies.
Making a scene.
Yeah, and they said, listen, pal, go watch Bluey at your snake hut because we can't have this kind of conduct. This is TIA. This ain't East Lansing. So the baby had to go, but ever since then they have now restricted who they serve there. You have to be at least 5 now.
Have you ever done your child on your lap, and then as you pick them up, like maybe this kid will have to go to the back? Oh, he already did. Okay, we're good. He already did go pee.
Can you imagine? I mean, Mark, you're a dad. How many times did you have to change your daughters when they weren't drinking beer? Can you imagine how many diapers you go through for your kid?
Probably as many times as I need to be changed when I'm drinking beer.
Yeah, was shooting Heinekens. So,
I hadn't even thought of that.
So, and I guess, to bring it all the way around, the parents letting their kid play with that iPhone, not so bad after all.
No, not at all. That's good parenting.
I can't rule out that they had the kid drive them home though, because they were consuming quite a few pints, and right after the match, they left immediately in disgrace. Mark, you would have loved Clare, by the way. The colors for County Clare,
maize and blue,
a little bit lighter blue than you're used to, more on the royal side, but a corny shade of yellow. So you would have been. Oh, and
so you rooted against them naturally?
Well, you know what color Clare wears? All green.
I assumed everybody in Ireland wore all green. That's my my stereotyping of them.
Yeah, County Limerick is the county of panderers. But so Limerick beat Clare. But I was afraid to cheer for the green and white because it's gone so badly for me over the years, and because we were good guests at the hell was the name of that pub? The Grove. The Grove. If you're ever in Ennis, tell American Mike said, put that baby down and get yourself a pint.
Well, I wore this shirt today, but I didn't want to trigger you, my national championship basketball shirt, because you would then focus solely on Michigan and not your own school.
I want to know when you're going to wear that Counter Stallions t-shirt I got you.
Oh, I don't have a problem wearing that one, except that it's got a middle finger on it.
But
right?
It's Counter Stallions flipping off the NCAA.
Yeah, as any righteous person should do.
That's what I'm saying. There's a fine.
No, but I can't really wear that around the house. I don't want the kids to see that.
You're in a basement with other dudes. I mean, come on, bust it out. Just favor us. Maybe I'll flash my anaconda.
Wait, God. On that note, tell us about tell us about some of our sponsors.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. We're talking a little bit about soccer. Well, let me tell you something. DCFC, currently third in the East, took down Louisville City 2-1 at Keyworth last Saturday. Normally I'd be there, but I was drunk in Clare, so maybe I'll be there next time. Got some great games coming up. 5-9. That's a week from last Saturday. So this Saturday they're playing Hartford. That's a road game, but you can watch all the road games for Le Rouge at the Detroit City Clubhouse. That's on Lafayette, just off of Mount Elliott. It's a great place, great food, great beer, great place to see some of your friends. Watch DCFC if they're on the road. They'll be on the road again 5/16, playing Forward Madison, but they will be back in Hamtramck, on May 20th, playing Miami FC. The game starts at 7:30. It's movement night. By the way, when you're in different countries, different words mean different things. Like, don't ask Sergey what fanny pack means over here. I will tell you, if somebody says, hey, the light went on when I walked under, it's a motion detector, and they laugh, motion means something different here than it does at home. Anyways, movement night at Keyworth to honor Detroit's techno heritage. There will be a pregame tailgate with DJ Godfather. Now, you want to get there, let me tell you how you can save some dough. Go to debtcityfc.com. That's DETCITYFC.com and use promo code SOUL, SUL, at checkout, and you will get 15% off your tickets to see Le Rouge at Keyworth. So whenever you buy tickets, debtcityfc.com, promo code Le Rouge. We will save you some dough, and we will see you in the stands. I want to tell you a little bit, too, about Artisan Interiors. I mentioned earlier that we have a new sponsor, and John reached out to me, longtime fan of the show, and he's got a business where he thinks he can help you make your home a little cozier. Are you looking to update your home? Do you have a kitchen that maybe needs a hole in the ceiling fixed like my kitchen does? And I wish I was kidding. I have a hole in my ceiling that desperately needs to be fixed. Do you have a space that you would like to use, but you don't use it because it's not quite suitable? Well, Artisan Interiors can help. Whether it's your kitchen, finishing your basement, custom cabinetry, new fireplace surround, or anything else in your home, Artisan Interiors would love to help. Give them a call at 586-770-3169. That's 586-770-3169 to discuss what you want done, and they will start the process to make your vision become your home's reality. Call John and tell him ML told you to call, because if you don't, John has a saw and a hammer and some other shit that he could use to beat me up. And I won't really need that with the jet lag. So give Artisan Interiors a try.
Beautiful.
Mark, what's cooking with Luke? Is he still fooling around with that flirtatious Kathy Ireland woman?
He is, yeah, because Kathy Ireland, she's never spoken to Luke Nowacki. So actually, now that we think about it, I think
let's just say,
yeah,
Luke hasn't returned her calls. She wants to speak to him.
Oh, he would return calls. He'd return anybody's call, right?
Even Kathy Ireland.
Yeah, don't take the risk of going broke and bankrupt like every celebrity. Actually, if you want to be loaded like Elrick and Sergey and travel the world, call or text Luke Nowacki, 248-663-4748. It's sound financial advice. Once again, Luke Nowacki, 663-4748, because...
Yeah, even here in Dublin, they'll tell you if you call Luke, he'll make it all about you, sweetheart.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through
Mosaic Wealth.
Inc. member FINRA-SIPC.
Mosaic Wealth.
Inc. is separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent.
Mosaic Wealth.
Inc.
And before we move on to Geek of the Week, check it out. Look at this guy.
I thought that was Sean's cue to come on as Geek of the Week.
All right, a lot of energy out of Sean there. You can't even say hello. I mean, this is an audio medium.
I wasn't sure Mike was done talking.
Sean, you look like Kate Cunningham in Game 4.
Even all the way from, you don't watch basketball. Don't make a reference like that.
I did watch it while I was getting my hair cut.
you know what I mean?
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. It's good to be back. I've been busy.
You have, you've been writing a ton about the Pistons. I mean, like 3 columns a game almost.
Yeah, it's been busy. Why are you not here, Mike, by the way?
Sean, I just want to tell you, I talked to the doctor. You know what he told me?
What's that?
You're going to die.
I feel disconnected from you. Why are you not here? I thought
it's a joke. When you watch the shows, I know you do every week, you'll get it.
I thought
when you watch it.
I thought you were
going to know.
I thought you were going to be here today. It shows.
No. When I heard you were there, I said I need to be on another continent.
We're not connecting at all. This is not good. We got to reconnect there a little bit. When are you coming back?
Can you not text or call him?
Tuesday.
Okay. All right. No, Mark.
What an amazing amount of content you've brought to today's show, Sean.
Mark has no
fantastic.
idea why you're over there either, so that's why.
It's a joy. It's a trip with his buddy.
Jackassery.
Yeah.
Sean, I had a longer commute than you do, and I was there on time.
He's not going to talk to anybody about being on time, is he? No, he doesn't mind being a hypocrite. That's true.
I guess. I will say technically you were late though, Elrick, because you said you were going to connect at 10:30. I think it was like 11:05. Just saying.
Well, Sergey was checking on this snake bite I suffered. He went to town and talked to the doctor, and the good news is, well, Sean will tell you later.
Come back over here and we'll suck the poison out.
There it is, full circle.
Oh man, the geeks have inherited the earth.
Did I do that?
What a dork.
Does him wanting to play with us again mean that he's turning into a geek, or we're turning into cool guys?
It was so elaborately designed that even Sean, coming in cold, could bring it full circle. That's
what a pro he is.
That's what you get from the solo to try. I think that's the same kind of work that John will do at Artisans and Tears. He dovetails it. He dovetails those joints, baby. Makes them all stick together. Well, since I'm reaching you in Dublin, I've got 2 geeks of the week. The Germans from 1916, when they failed to bring the machine guns that the Irish rebels were counting on to overthrow the British. And the French.
You're still holding that grudge after all these years? Nobody cares about Irish history.
Overthrow the British. So if you're
that's your geek of the week.
Oh, good, we're done.
If you're a 110-year-old German or a 228-year-old Frenchman, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay, I have a geek of the week, and I'm going to bring it up just because I like bringing up geeks of the week to see how Sean will defend them.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because you're really good at defending geeks of the week. My geek of the week is anybody and everybody that's
Herman Goering.
What?
No, I could see him. I could see him defending Goering. He's like, well, he ran a pretty tight Air Force. You got to give him that.
Are you done?
No Russell Crowe fans out there?
No,
okay, never mind.
That's a great movie, by the way. Nuremberg.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've been meaning to watch it.
Really, really
That's
good
our
movie.
second Russell Crowe reference this week.
Yeah. Are you done?
I guess so.
All right, Cinderella Man. I was going to attack a charity event. Is that okay?
Oh.
Yeah.
I want to see you defend it. Anybody and everybody that's involved in the Met Gala. I cannot stand the Met Gala. I think it is a over-the-top, kind of an ostentatious presentation of celebrities where they just want to show how great they are and all their big costumes. I think it's just stupid and ridiculous. So that's my geek of the week. Now defend it.
I'm not going to defend it. I'm just going to say.
Oh, you agree? They suck?
No, I'm
all
just going to
celebrities.
say that
what?
It just speaks to this. What's a word that Mike would use? Dichotomy, I guess. Oh God, what a shit word that is.
Sean, it's pronounced dick to my.
Is it? Okay. It's just this idea that I'm with you. We're disgusted, repulsed a little bit. The gas is almost $5 a gallon, and they're wearing dresses and suits that are worth more than people's homes. And so, we're repelled by it, but at the same time, we can't look away. And
I'm happy to look away.
And but a lot of people,
try to
but a lot
away.
of people, but a lot of people can't. So it's
why?
It's that push pull thing, right? It's
well, I mean, it's
that we have with celebrity.
It's a hate watch.
It is with celebrityhood, and especially in this country. Maybe in Dublin, they don't have it.
What
so
is the Met Gala about? What does it celebrate? What's the charity?
The charity is I think it's the Metropolitan Museum of Art, but specifically their costume department, where they restore, I don't know, vintage clothes. I don't know. It's so stupid.
It's a fundraiser for the arts, which is in theory not.
But
not
it's
a bad
one
thing.
very specific art that nobody cares about.
So
you
I
don't
mean,
care.
Like ballet.
I do see some value in it if I may.
No!
Which is it's the spaghetti wall. You throw a bunch of spaghetti at the wall. It's ridiculous. It's meant to be insane. I don't love all the money in it, and everything that you guys are saying is true. But if you do that enough, and most of it fails, most of it's stupid, most of it's ridiculous. In 10 years, you get one prince out of it. You get one. There should be a space where societies stretch. Maybe not for all that money and wealth. But
I've always said, rich people can spend their money any way they want to, but I can think of so many better ways to spend your money and your time.
Absolutely.
And so the only winner to me out of the whole Met Gala this year is Timothée Chalamet, who is a huge sports fan. And so his girlfriend, Kylie Jenner, goes to the Met Gala, and he went to the Knicks game front row, which I'm all for that. I thought that was a good move, Chalamet.
I think the geeks of the weeks are the billionaires that are spending money to buy islands and buy big plots of land out in the middle of nowhere and then bunker and burrow down 5 stories.
What's wrong with that?
To build apocalyptic, because the way they're making their money, but then they're doing this on the side because they feel like we're all going to start clawing at each other in end times.
Well, I think it's more like you have so much money you don't know what to do.
They're
with
preparing for end times that they're worried that they're help creating at the same time. So that's my geek.
Are you worried about the end of time, Sean?
No, but they are, and they've got a lot of power. So
I'd just have too much money.
Sean, you're supposed to punch up, not on those scroungy billionaires. I mean, I don't like you picking on the lessers.
I know.
Are you backing off of it already?
No, I'm not.
Vegan!
There's an all-night party in room 7609. And you can dance together all night if you've got the time.
Well, coming to you long distance.
Don't do it.
It's the first time in my life I've been 5 hours ahead, unless I'm behind. Am I behind?
We're ahead.
We're ahead. Okay, it's the first time I've ever been 5 hours ahead.
Or 29 hours behind? Is that the right math? Go ahead.
5 hours ahead. That centers the United States.
I was on a roll for a minute there. Anyways, welcome to Room 7609, where we try and bring you some obscure music, some great music, some music that you didn't know, but now that we introduce you to it, you love it. Or failing that, some music that comes with a great story. And this is brought to you by the Caju Cafe. A great time is always had on the east side at the Caju Cafe. Great music, great food, great fun. This week, on Wednesday, it's karaoke. On Thursday, the Jazz Jam with the Bill Meyer Group. Friday, live band karaoke. This is kind of like America's Got Talent or American Idol comes to the east side. You think you can belt it out like a rock star. Why not do it with a live band behind you? That's on Friday night. Live band karaoke with schools out. Saturday, Seinfeld fans, you want to get credit for a big salad?
Yes.
Big salad is coming to Saturday. Bring George, Elaine, whoever. It's going to be a great time. Sunday, Alexander Zonchik and friends. And on Monday, Tasha Owens and the Stable Dudes Open Jam. And of course, it's Muscle Madness, which means you can get all the mussels you can eat. It turns out there are way more ways to prepare mussels than you ever thought. People who love mussels find them delicious. You will find them all available for one reasonable price at the Caju Cafe. To find out more about what's going on at the Caju Cafe, hours, the menu, the playlist, go to cajucafe.com, and we'll have a link to their website on our website, which is mlsouldetroit at Gmail. Oh, no, at mlsouldetroit.com. You can also send your suggestions for Room 7609 to mlsouldetroit at gmail.com. As we often do, I invite a guest to come up with a song for Room 7609. And Sergey has brought to us Mumford & Sons' Hopeless Wanderer. And after we hear a few tunes from our fellow this side of the Atlanteans, we'll tell you why this is a song that Sergey loves to hear when he rides as a lonesome and hopeful sometimes wanderer.
You had like 4 more seconds.
That's a banjo.
Now you walked on it.
Look at the video's bit.
I came out of the woods by choice.
The shelter also gave them shade, but in the dark I have no name. So leave that click in my hand, and I will remember the words that you said. Left a cloud in mind and a heavy heart, but I was sure we could see a new start. So when your hope's on fire, but you know your desire, don't hold a glass over the flame, don't let your heart grow cold. I will call you by name, I will share your road. But hold me fast, 'cause I'm a hopeless wanderer. Hold me fast, 'cause I'm a hopeless wanderer. I wrestle along with my youth. We tried so hard to live in the truth, but do not tell me all is fine. When I lose my head, I lose my spine. So leave that click in my head, and I will remember the words that you said. You brought me out from the cold. Now how I long to grow old. So when your hope's on fire, but you know your desire, don't hold a glass over the flame, don't let your heart grow cold. I will call you by name, I will share your road. But hold me fast, 'cause I'm a hopeless wanderer. Hold me fast, 'cause I'm a hopeless wanderer. I will learn to love the skies I'm under. I will learn to love the skies I'm under. The skies I'm
Yeah. Hell's how it works, right?
Well, I'll say the video's better than the song.
It's hilarious. I love it. Yeah.
Although I didn't expect to see, so those that aren't watching, the video's got Jason Sudeikis, Ed Helms, Will Forte, and Jason Bateman in it. I didn't expect to see Sudeikis and Will Forte make out in the middle of it.
Yeah, well, for me,
like
you know, I do a
Elrick.
lot of very extreme adventure travel and weird ass places around the world, which is awesome, inspiring, amazing. I was on a boat in the Amazon, looking at you know, river dolphins, and turns out river captains really do like rum. You know, amazing things. But then also a month later, I was in the hospital with a flesh-eating virus on my leg. I'm alone.
Gross.
I don't speak the language. I'm worried I'm going to lose, you know, my leg. Yeah. So anyway, he wasn't there to suck it out, unfortunately. So anyway, somehow that song for me
doesn't work.
Yeah, doesn't work. Somehow for me, that song is awesome because it hit me at just the right perfect time. That's what it's about a lot of times, the context of a song, but it somehow conveys both, like the best of awesome adventure craziness and the worst of like, oh, lonely, don't speak the language, in trouble. So anyway, ultimate road jam for me, you know, road trip jam. So
not bad.
And for those of you soulmates who give us $5 a month to watch the show, you saw a fake Mumford & Sons turn into the Who.
What do you mean?
They destroyed their instruments. They went crazy. It's like
I watched that whole video and I didn't get your reference.
Sean joined the show.
No.
You know
what's going on with you, man?
That was perfect.
You've said more. You said more during that song than you have on the show today.
Oh yeah, well, we were talking about TV shows.
I think Sean said, "Are you supposed to drink the whole bottle of Benadryl, or just that little shot glass they give you?"
No, we were talking about how tired we are, both of us.
Yeah, well, whatever. That's life.
It is life.
Well, yeah. It's not like you just flew overnight to get someplace or something, whatever.
You didn't
fly overnight either, though. What are you talking about?
You walked
over.
there.
You've been there for days.
You don't have to fly. He walks on water. He's walked across the.
Yeah, but yesterday was like
the pond.
Maybe 16 pints in 9 hours. That takes its toll.
Yeah, you know how long it's been since I had a glass of water?
And they go down easier though, because it's warm when you drink it, right?
No, they drink Guinness cold in Ireland. It's a civilized country, as I was told when I first got here. When I said, "Hey, why is the Guinness warm?" Because I first had it in England, they said, "This is a civilized country." And they're right. So if you have a suggestion and a great story, send it to mlsoulofdetroit@gmail.com. If you don't, I'm going to play that Morrissey tune that Mark stopped me from playing.
Please do it.
Last
Send it.
week.
Yeah.
And if you missed last week's episode, we had, and I was sorry Sean couldn't be there. I know he's working. He's been doing some great work for us. We'll have some links to his stories on our website. But Dan Austin, our former colleague at the Free Press, the truly committed soul behind Historic Detroit, who documents and tells the stories of Detroit's old buildings, some who have long gone, some who are still there, tells the story of our city through the buildings that were erected in this city. Historic Detroit is our new soulmate. So thanks for coming on, Dan. If you missed Dan, you can catch last week's episode. And also, if that wasn't enough for you, as a lot of people told me they wanted to listen to more Dan, if you're a soulmate for as little as $5 a month, you can join our Patreon subscribers group, and you will get this month's bonus episode, which just dropped, with Dan and Mark and I talking about our favorite missing buildings, our favorite destroyed buildings in Detroit. And I think Dan maybe even mentioned, I think at Mark's prompting, one that he wishes was gone, or he's not so sad was gone. So if you want to know what that is, become a soulmate, or you can buy them a la carte. You can get those episodes. You can buy them. Go to patreon.com, look for ML Soul of Detroit, and they'll tell you how to get each one of those. So we do have a new sponsor. We're grateful for our sponsors, but it's you soulmates who keep us coming back week after week. I have a little feedback I want to share with you before we go, Mark. I don't know. Can we cue up the great music?
I mean, it's already playing, but.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just can't hear it over here. I think Sean's snoring has drowned it out. Mr. Magoo contacted us a couple weeks ago when I asked, does anybody know who the guitarist was in Kirsty McCall Walking Down Madison? He says, "Hey, ML, I believe that I had the answer to that last week's Room 7609 query. The band seen performing in the background in Kirsty McCall's Walking Down Madison video was London Beat. Their guitarist at the time, who was slinging that Mustang Fender, that Fester, Marco fixes in post.
No, I won't.
The guitarist, damn it. Their guitarist at the time, who was slinging that Fender Mustang, was William Henshaw, who went by the alias Willie M. Now, Sean is probably thinking it's Douglas Henshaw from Shetland, but it wasn't. And I was wondering if it was perhaps Johnny Marr, who's well known for playing the Fender Mustang and who wrote the music, at least, for Walking Down Madison. So thank you, Mr. Magoo, for that. Tommy, the bane of my existence, says he's enjoying his 15 minutes of fame. Tommy, who said he'd never listen again, who's somehow become some sort of audio meme on our show, who continues to troll me, even though he resists my many, many appeals for his financial support, and says, "Go blue."
My man.
Way to go, Tommy.
My man.
You know, by the way, on our website, it says if you donate $500 to the show through Venmo or PayPal on our website, you can sit on a show. Well, Tommy, who won't give us a friggin' penny, is like, "Hey, can I come sit in on a show?" Tommy, how many times?
Don't know if you don't ask.
Explain this to you, my son.
Good for him for asking.
And of course, Sean, we got to have your buddy come into the show.
Which one?
You got more than one friend? That was pretty easy. Your man from the U of M tailgate.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ted Bundy, that guy?
You introduced me to him.
Yeah.
And Anna, God, you have a short memory.
What? No, I don't. Yeah. What are we talking about?
How did you even make it here today? I'm getting worried about you.
Yeah, what are we talking about?
You need to have a cognitive test where they show you a bear, a lion, and a squirrel.
Who did I introduce you to?
Well,
I can't remember his name, so now I look like the bad guy.
Where was it?
You
in
told
Ann
us he
Arbor
was a dear friend.
at a Michigan game, and we walked over from the tailgate.
Oh, you went over to see my kids, right?
He was a podiatrist or something. Or a mentalist, or
this is gonna piss me off.
We went over to see my boys, and so maybe somebody else was there that I knew.
Whose house was it?
Oh yeah. Tim.
I think, does Lou ring a bell?
Lou. Yes, it's Lou. Thank you, Elrick.
Sorry, Lou. I had never met Lou, or maybe no. Lou knew my kids. Lou's their friend.
Lou, it sounds like you need to make another donation for Sean to remember you. He's a very fickle boy.
Sorry,
absolutely.
Sorry, Lou.
All that basketball wearing you out. All that Pistons basketball.
Thank you for listening, Lou. Sorry, Lou.
Disgraceful. Well, before we go, LH from Birmingham, it doesn't stand for Lou, says, "I'm an avid listener to your show and a fan of Mark's on Drew's podcast. He's the main reason we listen, actually.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Have never called in anything nor written comments, but that Dan Austin show was terrific. Can't imagine sitting there in studio listening to his health issues like you two had, but it really struck me how passionate he was, and that is the truth.
Yep.
As a 50-year-old raised in the suburbs, I've always been drawn to the city's architecture and will contribute to his fund. That's the Austin Legacy Fund to help keep historic Detroit going. Also, to provide scholarships for Detroit kids. Please support it. I've supported it. I'll support it again. And it's a great cause. And we hope Dan is going to be around so long that we laugh at him saying, "Quit telling us you're dying. You're 107. God bless you."
Hopefully. Good man.
But great guy. So please support that. He says, LH says, "Thanks again, ML and Mark. Keep up the really good work." So thank you very much. You can send us your feedback at mlsouldetroit@gmail.com. Here at the WeWork, they informed me that the tap closes at 6. We're approaching 6 o'clock Dublin time.
Are you sure you're in Dublin? Because I just see, and for those of you who can't see, there's a background to Mike, and I keep seeing the same bus loop over and over and over and over. I think this is a Matrix stuff, and I think he's in Grosse Pointe. That's what I think.
Yeah, because he didn't want to make the trip all the way up here to Ferndale.
Exactly.
Is that what it is?
Gale in.
That's quite a backdrop you found for your green screen.
It's nice. It's nice. Nice trick, Mike. Yeah.
Can I do that? I want to do that.
I mean, because he just wanted to zoom in. He didn't want to drive the Cutlass or whatever all the way. And yeah, good trick.
Well, I appreciate.
You and I will go for a ride in the Riviera over to your house, and we'll see if you can pick him out of a lineup, since he's obviously a dear and generous friend.
I appreciated the fact that you came out here today, Sean. That's very. I mean, you've been doing nothing but traveling for the Pistons, so.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I thought Mike was going to be here. I didn't know he's got some elaborate scheme to pretend he's somewhere else.
Oh, you were really going to come just because Mike was here?
Yeah.
I got to Ireland before you arrived.
I thought we were going to do the...
That's how long it took you to get there.
I thought we were going to do the Forte Sudeikis thing in person. You know what I mean?
Oh, God. I got to grow my beard out longer. Pistons, though. Is that moving the needle for the Free Press? Is the city caught fever yet for the Pistons?
It's starting to. Yeah, it actually is. And we were curious at first because the audience was kind of hit or miss. But as we've gone through this, in fact, we were just talking about this the other day, we really start to find audience. And I think Game 6 is what did it. You have a historic comeback. The numbers that night were ridiculous. And then they were really good Game 7. And then I had some fun writing about how Cleveland and Detroit should hate each other.
We do. We hate each other.
We're a lot alike. You know, there's a smaller version of us. They've got their own kind of cool thing, and the rest of the country.
We're both in Chicago's shadow.
Exactly, and we get dismissed. You know, their rebuild started a little bit sooner than ours, but I feel like ours is kind of past theirs now. But yeah, no, it's all in good fun, and that people are reading that too. So yeah, the audience is there. It's a good basketball town. It's just been a dormant basketball town, kind of like the hockey town. You know, the Wings get good. We'll see the flags flying all over the Rivieras, right, Mike? You'll probably have two of them on your rear fenders there.
I'm reluctant to get the Riviera out of the garage now that gas is $5 or $6 because it sips gas like Sergey and I sip Guinness, which is to say, we gulp it.
Which is why you didn't want to spend them.
Yes, we do. F the police and the 502. That's what we say over here. It's, you know.
What do you mean? Yeah, he keeps over here. He's not over there. Yeah, folks. Yeah, it's a moon landing. It's a fake moon landing type of situation going on, isn't it?
Should I get my passport stamp?
So yeah, it's Sean. Sean thinks that shooting in Butler was faked too. He's into all these conspiracies. He left his red hat in the car. Since we're shamelessly plugging,
somebody that won't pull the Riviera out of a garage is willing to fork for an airline ticket over to Dublin. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I'd like to refer our listeners to my latest column on Kalilia Davis, the judge who didn't want to go to work.
Good column.
Who got banned from running for judge because she was such a scrounger who keeps trying to run for judge. And on the day that I wrote that she was trying to run for judge again, even though the Supreme Court gave her a 6-year suspension from being a judge, the Secretary of State knocked her off the ballot. It's a long and twisted tale that involves this term that you won't see in the Free Press very often, heavy-duty toilet.
Good work.
So
good work.
Check it out, and we hopefully will have a link to that on our website. And Sergey has a little evidence here, Sean, unless you think it was photoshopped, that we were actually in Ennis.
Oh my God! Anybody can do that with AI.
Yeah. That's.
Where's the P?
That's convincing.
We did see a rather phallic castle.
Well, aren't they all?
Yeah, you just superimposed the water tower in Ypsilanti.
There you go.
And that's the.
All right.
That's the pleaser.
On that note.
Before we go, I want to let you know where you can find Sergey's work if you want to know more about his worldly adventures and perhaps his taste in music.
Yeah, has Sergey actually been to the Amazon, or was that all part of a... was that contrived?
You'll have to listen to the first part of the show.
That's why he's wearing the mask. He has a death sentence in 5 systems.
Yeah.
Where can we find...
I read a lot of stuff about shady places. So anyway, it's bfgringo.com. It's Biker Furper is what it stands for. Not boyfriend, but that's a good way to remember it. bfgringo.com, blogs, social media, all that stuff. Yeah.
So check it out. And next week, I mean, I would say I'll be back, but I really never left. Sean may be there. Erica may be there. We know Mark will be there, waiting for his bill from the infirmary in Puerto Rico.
Still.
And we hope you'll join us too on another episode of The Soul of Detroit. Check out Dan's episode if you didn't hear it. Great guy, really a terrific guy. His courage, his curiosity, his stoicism are inspiring, and the work he does is pretty damn interesting too. Check out the bonus episode to hear more. And until next week, we turn to our friend Cyrus, who I'm not really turning to because, you know, I may or may not be in Ireland, to take us out.
Can you dig that?
Can you dig it? Can you
Things will be taken care of. I promise.
Cannot go to war with crooked politicians.
Watch your back.
36 bombs exploded. Really think the luck of the Irish is going to save you?
I've not built a bomb big enough to kill me.
Give this to the man who kills the Irish.
This is one podcast, and you can't take care of it. We've shot him. We've blown him up. He just won't die.
That all you got? It's gonna take more than a few firecrackers to kill
ML Detroit.
25 G's for the head of
ML Elrick. 25?
cash. Come on, you should be flattered.